Hello, everybody. Bad Weather Freak here. I got a quick update for you for the 2022 hurricane season. Right now, we don't have anything immediate or immediate danger, but we are getting closer to the peak of the hurricane season, and we need to start watching everything that forms, or it looks like it may form. As you can see here, what you're looking at here is the National Hurricane Center has highlighted this area. It's not expecting much out of it, but you can see that it's decently organized. But the fact that it's going to interact with land, it's going to prohibit or stop it from developing any further. It may have a chance once it comes up here to the Bay of Campeche, but conditions are not that favorable for development yet, or at least in the moment here. Another area here that may potentially develop, and that is this wave that you're seeing right off the coast of Africa. Some models are indicating that it may develop into something, so we have to keep an eye on that of course. Let's take a look at the ocean analysis. As you can see, sea surface temperatures are very, very warm right now. We need a minimum of 26 degrees Celsius to sustain development, and as you can see, the majority of pretty much anything in the coast of the United States, Caribbean, pretty much where storms usually form and can impact land, are prime as far as sea surface temperature goes. Now, what I was mentioning earlier, why I don't think the other area that the National Hurricane Center highlighted that is around here currently is on favorable conditions, but as I move overland, you see the red is on favorable conditions, slight pocket of favorable conditions again, and then as it gets closer to land, unfavorable conditions. So it looked like it may struggle. Again, we'll keep an eye on it. Many things have happened before, nothing is set in stone, but it's looking like it may not have enough time to develop. The majority of the main development region area here, all the way to the Caribbean islands, everything looking favorable. Little patch here around Jamaica and Cuba that is not favorable. But here right at the edge is where that little, you see the cloudiness here. That's where that area that the National Hurricane Center is watching, and so it's taking advantage of that little pocket of favorable conditions. Now, where we are right now as far as in time, well, we are here roughly. So as you can see, we're heading towards the peak, which is right at September 10th. And then we kind of go downhill again, but still a lot of activity can happen in this area. And it's looking like it will happen in that area too. This is the same thing I showed you earlier. This is another thing I wanted to show you because La Nina is on a nosedive basically. Back in May, we were here. It kind of started spiking up, meaning that La Nina was getting weaker, more of our neutral conditions. That's why we saw an uptick in Pacific Ocean activity. Tons of storms formed, multiple hurricanes did form, but now it's kind of quiet, and this is why. Because if you notice, as of the first week, it looked like a peak here in the first week of July, and then from that point on, just kept going down and down and down, meaning that La Nina is getting stronger. And this area is basically, let me show you. But that area that you're seeing there is basically around here. So Nino 3.4 area, which is where the majority of the activity happens in the Pacific. So meaning that this is getting cooler and this is warming up. That's what that's indicating the other chart that I showed you. This here is the MJO, which is odd. I'm looking at this and it's showing us unfavorable conditions right now. I mean, slightly unfavorable. A few weeks ago, that was not the case. But nevertheless, storm can still form. But we are looking at potentially August 31st through September. And I wouldn't be surprised if it through October as well. We'll see when the new chart comes out. But it's looking like we're in for quite a bit of activity. And these deeper reds, obviously, is worse. It means more favorable conditions. The deeper the green is. The green. Now this color here, the yellowish, orangey, this indicates not favorable conditions. So we're in again. See no expected activity for the next 48 hours. The area that a National Hurricane is highlighting, again, not expecting much of it. But we're right now in again, in the time where we need to keep an eye on everything. So we need to watch it. But right now, no imminent threats. Let me actually show you one more thing, and it's the forecasting models, because there's only one model that is showing some odd activity. Again, if it plays out, it's going to be busy. But let me move this to the future. See, right here, we start seeing the first low pressure, system of low pressure pop up around 102 hours. And it just quickly gets stronger. As you can see, getting stronger, the pressure is dropping. But then we have another area that we need to start watching here in the Gulf. And the one in the Gulf, it starts, I mean, they're almost simultaneously. They're actually strengthening around the same time, like with the same intensity and everything. But this one here, hurricane already. This is a hurricane. And this one, if this plays out too far out, 264 hours out, I wouldn't pay too much attention to that. But I will take it with a grain of salt. Let's put it that way. But the fact that we're starting to see some activity picking up. This Bermuda high is pretty far up and kind of eastward, so it may give enough break where this hurricane is going to curve, and that's what you're going to see. But the one here, the most imminent, at least to the United States, potential danger, I mean, we're talking about 974. That's a Category 2, maybe even Category 3 hurricane. I mean, major hurricane potentially, again, 276 hours. I wouldn't pay too much attention to that as far as believing that is going to happen. Just keep an eye out. Of course, I will keep you informed, but I wouldn't worry too much. Now, sea surface temperatures in this area are very, very warm, as I show you here. 29 degrees Celsius, 28. This far north is very. It's interesting. It's actually odd. And the fact that it's closer to land as well is concerning, because if you have a storm, let's say that takes a track like this, and it decides to, let's say the Bermuda High blocks it, and it decides to make landfall anywhere in the east coast, it has a pretty good chance of continuing to strengthen and make landfall stronger. So that's something that, again, it's dangerous. So we have to see if that's truly going to play out or not. We move forward. It kind of stalls and it keeps intensifying here. 950. So that's concerning again. Then you have the one right behind it as 976. So I'm pretty sure this is going to change, because no other forecasting models show anything. See, this is the European. European doesn't show nothing. The Canadian model doesn't show anything. Navy, nothing. Maybe just a little pop up here, which again, we'll see. Japanese model, nothing. So again, we go back to this. I wouldn't believe that it's gonna happen, but it's possible. Anyways, if it does happen, of course, I will keep you guys posted. But right now, that's what we have as far as tropical activity. We're getting closer to the peak of the season, so it's basically time to start getting ready. Get your supplies ready, get your preparation plans ready, because from this point on, it's going to start ramping up. Now, how bad is it going to be? We don't know yet. The way that is moving forward, I mean, we may get back-to-back activity. I don't want to say like a 2004 or 2005 where we had back-to-back. Hopefully that's not the case, but you never know. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to my channel for future videos, share with your family. Any comments, questions, put them in the comment section below. And other than that, stay safe and have a good day.